Guys, this is why I don't rush my skincare, because after rushing my skincare, this is how it looks. I have to wait for it to dry before I even start my makeup, and I am already very, very late. Friendly advice, don't rush your skincare. Finally dried, so let's get right into my makeup. I'm going for an outing, very easy going outing, like a casual outing with my friend, and I decided to just do like a light makeup look. I don't know if I'm going to use foundation. I might, but foundation just gives full glam, and I don't really want a full glam look. I'm not even going to use lashes today, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully it comes out well. If not, I'm just not going to take any pictures. So let's get right into the video. I'm starting off with my primer. Oily skin girlies, my fellow oily skin girlies, primer is your best friend. Primer is your best friend. Don't tell me I'm out. Hey, okay, I'm not out. We just had some technical difficulties, but we're back on track. I'm just going to be blending it out with this flat brush. We're all blended out. You guys, I lied. I can't not use foundation. I cannot not use foundation. I've done it before, but I didn't really like how the makeup came out. I think it's in one of my previous videos. I'm going to link it in the description. I really do not like how it came out. It was good, but like on ground, I feel like some of my like redness was still like showing. For the rest of this video, I'm going to try and not say like. If I say like, this is the last time that I'm going to say. Let me just get some like. I'm just going to go in with one pump of foundation because yeah, we're trying the no makeup, not even no makeup, because if I'm wearing makeup, you know I'm wearing makeup. I'm going to go in with one pump, yeah, and I'm going to have to find a way for this to be more than enough, because I don't want to go in with more than this. Initially I didn't want to use foundation. Initially I didn't even want to use foundation in the first place, so we're going to have to make this work. Okay, so a few dots on my face. Please ignore the background. A few dots on my face, and I'm going to like blend it everywhere with. I'll start with a brush so that I'll get like the best amount of coverage. Then I'll like just go with a beauty blender to buff everything out, so it's going to look as seamless as possible. You know you're showing my video, right? And I'm not going to cut it out. I'm not cutting it out though, they play. We're blending. Let me speed this up and come back when I'm done blending. We're now in full ghost mode, and this is why I love matching my foundation to my body skin, because my body skin is lighter than my face, so I always try to like match so that it looks better. I'm just going to like set my foundation with my makeup fix spray. Yeah, then I'm going to let this dry and then go in with my contour bronzer. All dried now, and I'm just going to contour my face, my cheeks, my forehead, and my nose very lightly. I'm just placing it now, and then I'm going to like go back in and blend. We're blending. This is like a rough blend, because if it's not like fully melted into my skin, I'm going to go back on top with my beauty blender. So I'm just blending the contour. I like to place my contour like slightly higher than my cheekbones to like give it that snatched look, and I feel like that's what suits me the best, because I've noticed that when I place my contour on my cheekbones, it's dragging my face down, and I don't really like how that looks. So yeah, we're done with our cheeks, and we're going to contour my forehead. I don't know why people say contour looks muddy or bronzer looks muddy. It really doesn't. And I feel like It gives it that sun-kissed, bronzed look. I guess not many people like that look, but I love it. I do this to just check like the placement of the contour and make sure it's like covering the entirety of the apples of my cheeks, because I'm still going to place my blush higher. Yeah, all blended. Whatever is just remaining on the brush, I just put it on my nose. I'm still going to like powder contour my nose. I go in heavier with powder contour on my nose than cream contour. So yeah, this is just like a base work for the main contour. Now I'm going to scoop out just a little orange, because orange blush is my go-to, and I'm just going to like place it directly. I don't really have time to like do all the mixing stuff, so I'm just going to place it where I want, and then I'll blend it with my beauty blender like this. Like I'm blending it from like where I said I'm not going to say like again. I'm blending it from where my contour starts, and I'm just dragging it down and then taking the end part up for that like lifted look. It's okay if this looks like it's too much at this point, because it's still going to mellow off once you use your concealer, your powder bronzer and all that. So we're just going to do the other side the exact same way. After that's all blended, you can go back in with your contour brush to just touch up your contour a bit, and then it's time to conceal. I have 2 shades of Avor concealer, and I'm going to put the darker one everywhere else and the lighter one on just under my eyes and maybe on the tip of my nose. So let's do that. I'm going in with the darker one first. All the parts I would normally apply concealer. Also a little here, just to bring some more light to that part. You may add a little more. Yeah, and then we're going to add the lighter one under my eyes, just a bit, because you don't really need too much, and you can always go back in and add more. It's better to start with small and then like build it up than to like have so much and be looking for where you blend it to. The tip of my nose. I don't put it on my outer corners anymore, because I feel like when I do that it just takes away the blush. Let me just add a little here on top of the one I had done, and here. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, maybe a minute or 2, and then we're going to go into blending. I don't really have time to let it sit for longer than a few seconds, so we're just going to go into blending it now. I'm starting with this side, with the darker sides, and then the other side, just lifting it up a bit. But we're still going to like touch it up with this. So once you're done with that, go back in with your contour, because I still want every individual product to shine through. You don't want it to be taken off by something else. So let me do this side next. I'm going in the same order that I placed it, so I think that should be very easy to follow. Now this, and then the other side, and the tip. I'm leaving my under eyes for the last, because I want it to like gather as much coverage as possible. Even though people say leaving your concealer on doesn't really like increase the coverage, but I think it actually makes a difference, because when I put concealer and immediately blend it, it doesn't look as good as when I put it and leave it for a few seconds before, or a few minutes before blending. So now we're ready to do our under eyes. I'm going in with a different beauty blender. I don't want the colors to mix together. I'm going to start with this side. Blend, blend, blend. I'm not dragging it further than under my eyes. I'm just leaving it exactly where I placed it. And if it like bleeds onto your blush, don't you worry. Just go back in with the beauty blender you used to blend your blush and deepen the pigmentation. So I'm going to do the same for the other side. After this, I think I'm going to go in with one more layer just under my eyes. I'm going to like be blending it. At the same time, I am like putting powder because we don't want any creases. All blended. Now let's fix this side. Good. Good, good, good. And it doesn't look so super bright because we don't want a super bright look today. So now I'm going to add the second layer and then blend it immediately. I mean, set it immediately. So I'm just going to like apply it now and get my powder ready. So as I blend each side, I'm going to set it with my powder puff. A little more. Trying to make it as even as possible. Yeah. So I'm going to let this sit while we're preparing our powder. We're using the LA Girl Pro, the high definition setting powder in the shade Banana Yellow, and my powder puff. So we're going to blend and set at the same time. We're blending. You guys usually like I let it sit for a long time. I'm trying to get all my under eye creasing, because once you set it with the creases, that's how it's going to look. Touching up my blush and then going back in and finally setting it. I would normally set with a compact powder, but today I just felt like using this setting powder. I've used it in the past. I've used setting powders in the past to set, but I feel like a compact powder just gives it a better finish, a better coverage. But today we're not really going for anything very extreme, so this will do. And I think it looks really good. It looks really good. So let's not waste any more time. Let's do the other side the exact same way. Going back in with the blush and then blending finally and setting. So once we're done setting this, I'm just going to set the rest of my face, setting the parts I contoured with this powder and then the other parts with a powder that is like my exact skin tone, like a compact powder that's my exact skin tone. I'm just going to dust off whatever is loose on both sides before I go into setting the rest of my face. Would you believe that I got this brush from Jumia on my forehead and my nose? I'm not dragging it too much because I don't want too much light on my forehead. Forehead steals enough attention already. And then this side. And around my lips That's my lash lines. I'm still going to bake them, but I just want to set the product in place first. And I'm putting the tiniest bit on my jaw and brushing whatever is loose off. It's coming together. Now I'm just using this very cute brush and my powder palette, and I'm going to set the rest of my face. Very easy. And also my neck. It's very easy to forget the neck, but I try not to. And now I'm using my powder contour or powder bronzer to set my cream bronzer. This is like my favorite part, or my second favorite part. It just makes everything look so cute and seamless. I love it. Look at that. Okay. Also my forehead. Looking good. I'm going to use a smaller brush though when I want to do my nose, because we need that precise snatch. I'm using this small brush and I'm just going to like contour my nose, starting with my eyebrows. And I'm just dragging this down so it looks more blended with the rest of my face. All done. I'm going to spray my face now and bake. But since it's supposed to be simple makeup, do I need to bake? I'm going to bake my face with the Younger Beauty Blur Effect in Milky. My face is still drying. I'm going to use the Younger Beauty Browlific Brow Base, and I'm just going to put that on my brow hairs. This is like the first time I'm using this product, so today we're going to test to see how long it's going to make my brows last. But I don't even think I'm giving it a fair chance, because I'll be using other brow products too. I'll be using the Eye Magic Brow Mascara once I'm done my brows though. So I feel like this is just gelling my brows up and like making it lighter. I think I got the wrong shade. You guys, the stuff has dried and my brows are not moving. Okay, I like this. I'm going to do my brows with the Davies brow pencil, but let's bake first. I'll put a little under my eyes, and then on the other side. My makeup is not complete if I don't reverse contour my cheeks, because we don't have defined cheekbones, so we have to define it ourselves. Okay, we're going to draw our brows now. Draw and fill in. Let me fill in first. Just because I need to sharpen the pencil. You just fill in a bit, and then we'll go sharpen it on the back. I'm just lining the lower part of my brow first, and then I'll go do the same on the other side before we line the top. Why is it not showing? It's just me. It's not showing. I need to sharpen it. Okay, it's showing. I just needed to apply a little pressure. I think the brow stuff I put was what was making me not to show well. I hope this is going to be a good brow day. The down is lined, so let's just do the top of our brows really quick. And then the other side. They don't even look like relatives, but we'll make it work. There's nothing a little concealer can fix. I'm just going to fill it in. One done, one to go. I'm going to clean up whatever needs to be cleaned with concealer. Using the brow mascara before I clean with concealer. I'm going to quickly do my eyeshadow. I'm going to line my eyes and then I'm going to blend it out with my eyeshadow palette. It's the way I got it at the first shot, so I'm going to have to now the real work to do this exact thing on the other eye. I think I got it. To do my eyeshadow. This looks like very much topsy-turvy because who does eyeliner before eyeshadow? But stay with me, there's a reason. I want to buff it out so it will look less harsh, so I'm just going to buff it out with a brown shade, not very dark brown shade, but like a brown shade. I'm just going to buff this out ever so lightly. It takes time, but we have to do it as fast as we can. See, less harsh, but still looking good. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now we're going to use a flat brush to put a lighter shade. I don't know what shade to go for. Let me just go for a mix of like 3 light pinks. I hope that ends up looking good. So I'm just going to, okay, not bad. I'm just going to place it on. Okay, this isn't bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Oh, it looks good. So I'll do the same for the other side and I'll come back. Done. And I'm going to just buff the edges and I'll add that brown shade to the top right here. I'm done with my eyes. I'm just going to use some mascara, but in the meantime I'm going to dust all the loose powder off and set my face, do my mascara, do my lips, and then we're done. Dusting it off with this powder with this brush that had a powder that was my exact shade, so there's obviously some leftover on it, and that was just what I'm using to dust off the extra loose powder on my face. And then the inner corners that we can't really get to, I'm going to use a smaller brush and just dust it off carefully. If there are any touch-ups that need to be made, I'm going to go back in with, okay, it's fine. I'm going to go back in with powder I used to set my under eyes and just touch it up a bit. Just touching it up a bit. It's also going to help to brighten up my under eyes a little more right before we set, because you know, once the face is set, you can't really do much anymore. A bit though, not too much like I just did now. All done. Now to set my face with my spray. This is why I don't like using mascara before I set my face, because you know when you set your face, you like squeeze your face, squeeze your eyes a bit, it could make your mascara run. And even though it's an easy fix, why create problems for yourself? Okay, all sprayed. So I'm going to let this dry and then we would do the lips. This is my mascara. Doesn't really do much, but can't skip it. I'm all done with my face. Now let's do my lips. So I am done with my lips, you guys. I don't know why I keep tearing up. I'm going to fix it. So if you want to see how I got this lip combo, check out my shorts. So this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.